let us do some exercise that we call ground swimming. We are swimming on the floor, on the ground. Okay, so ground swimming. Okay, so yeah, let's do that. All right. All right. Ground swimming. We are swimming on the ground. Okay, so that's ground swimming. Okay. Yeah, it looks funny, but it works. Ah. Yeah. All right. Okay. Let's keep going. All right. Oh. Wow. You see, so far I have done exercise for like 3 minutes, right? And I'm gonna stop here. So I don't exercise too long, too much, but I do so in like Monday through Friday. So regular exercise, okay? It doesn't have to be like hours and hours exercise. No. 3 minutes, 5 minutes, sure. Okay. Let's take a break. Okay. Oof. Ah, let's polish up this place a little bit. And I'm gonna go grab a beer. Okay, so. Alright. So happy Monday, and today I took day off. Why? Because yesterday I went to church. Okay, so after that I also bought some lunch to some of the members of the church, and yeah, so it was. Uh, Typically on Sunday I take full Sabbath. I don't go anywhere. Yeah, I sometimes I sneak out and buy some food or go jogging in a park. Yeah, I do that sometimes, but mostly I don't work on Sunday. And so this morning I woke up to go to work, and then I realized I'm just not for it. Alright, so I need full day off. So uh, I called in basically. Okay, and then my superiors kindly allowed me to take day off because I don't go out on a vacation typically. Actually, I do. Once a year, I go down to Low 48. Okay, I love Low 48. Don't get me wrong. Other states, they're fantastic. But this year, so what do I do when I go Low 48? I take class, continuing legal education class, right? Uh, for a week. That's what I did for past 2 years. Yeah. Uh-huh. But this year there won't be such opportunities because coronavirus situation. All classes are virtual. So and because in Alaska we are required to take one 3 credit, I mean 3 credit worth of ethics class as a lawyer, legal ethics, and then 9 credits of other some other subjects, continuing legal education. But that 9 credit that's optional, right? And so far, I think I've taken all of them. Maybe one class left. Maybe two credits. I gotta check. Okay, but yeah, they are mostly already done. Yeah, online because I took class online. So we get like 14 paid days of vacation time, and normally I don't use it. Alright, so I use it when I need a full rest. So I save it. Right? Or if there's some political event that I need to attend. Right? So yeah. So today's Monday and I took the day off. So election it's actually going on, and I already voted, and I showed you right my ballot, partial ballot. Because I took a picture of that. I voted for everyone except myself. Alright, so and also I posted in the Instagram and Facebook of that picture. Okay, it's kind of cute, right? And so election is still going on. It's early vote. It's called early vote, and that is the designated place where people can go and vote, and I did. Right. So I went to hiking today, and isn't it pretty? This. Can you guess what kind of berry this is? It's called crowberry. Okay. Yeah. So I went to the mountain, alright, to pick this berry. It's gonna take a while. It's not giving out the juice yet. Yeah. But from what I remember from last year, The Clover vodka is really, really good. I really liked it. So it will take some time to keep out the juice. Yeah, it's a little bit early for the berry season. It's like right now it's like early August, so probably in a month from now in September, probably that's the better berry season. So. So what else did I do today? Earlier today, I didn't drink. I didn't do the humanology series because I just wanted to sleep and read some books. The book I'm still reading is Ant Phil's Trunk. It's about Alaskan history, and yeah, that's what I'm reading. What I read earlier today, and I'm still not done yet. Um, yeah, so, yeah. So will I win the election or lose the election? Is 8 days from now. I have no clue. I mean, nobody knows. Uh, yeah, but I think I have a good chance. Okay, we'll see. Yeah, it's like this uncertainty. Okay, it's a little bit uncomfortable to have this kind of uncertainty. Okay, this waiting, right? And there's six of us competing. Okay, including the incumbent, me, and four other candidates. Four other candidates in Alaska State Senate primary, Republican Party. Uh, who are those four other people? There's one, two, three, four. Okay, two females, two males. Okay, me and incumbent, they're all males. Okay, so there are two females and four males. Okay, in this primary race, and it's like, yeah, this uncertainty is very uncomfortable. It's like waiting, right? Waiting game, and all right, let's take 5 minutes break, okay? And I did go back to that restaurant to buy the same food. What kind of food is that? It's like seafood and like Mediterranean seafood and with rice. I bought it again today. Why? Because I could not forget that taste. It was so amazing and magical. And yeah, but I haven't ate it yet. It's in the fridge. I look forward to it. But yeah, it was overflowing. But I ate the salad, and also they gave me some dessert, like cakes. Yeah, I ate some of that, and it was good. So, yeah, ranch sauce, ranch dressing. I love ranch dressing. It was good. Okay, let's take 5 minutes. So in the local news today, there were some Anchorage restaurants who defied this order to shut down dine-in facility. Yeah, they can do the to-go box, takeout, but the Anchorage mayor and his people ordered no more dine-in, or they also he and his people also ordered like shutting down the bars and clubs in Anchorage. So, but some restaurants opened anyway. Okay, and so the mayor's people sued them in court to give them injunction, and the court in Anchorage sided with the mayor, right? So injunction, so they did shut down the dining facility. Okay, but takeout, yeah, it's allowed. So yeah, so uh, by law, yeah, mayors they do have power to issue something like some equivalent of like executive order of president of the United States, right? Or governors they have such power as well. But hmm, I'm kind of against that. Right? Why? Hmm, doesn't sound right. Right? Does it not sound quite like democracy ruled by the people? Okay, if uh, politician, yeah, who are democratically elected, but they come and they say they have better judgment than other people, so take their freedom away. When business people, I mean, restaurant owners have employees, they're struggling to survive, right? So yeah, so we conservatives we don't like this action by city officials. It's kind of discrimination, you know. Bars and restaurants, they have to shut down. I mean, not entirely, but yeah, bars and clubs, yeah, in Anchorage, yeah, they have to shut down. That's the order by the mayor and his people. But I don't like that kind of policy. I don't live in Anchorage. I used to live in Anchorage. Okay, I live about 1.5 hour north of Anchorage. Okay, so we are more like semi-rural. So yeah, I went to bar last uh, Sunday morning, like Saturday night, Sunday morning. Yeah, I went to a bar. We, politics here, we are conservatives. Okay, mostly. So yeah, it's respect for people's individuals' right rights. That's conservative part of conservative agenda, I guess. So today I slept a lot, so that's why I'm kind of like low energy a little bit. But yeah, sorry, sorry about that. And yeah, yeah, I don't have too much to talk about. So maybe we can read some books, right? Yeah, we can read books. Okay. Yeah. How about Bible? We were reading like Proverbs, right? Yeah. Okay. But before we get back to the Bible, so election now early vote is going on. I already voted. So next Tuesday, I mean not tomorrow, but 8 days from now, it's the last day to vote, basically. Okay, so and the 18th of August, Tuesday, that's the when local voting station that they call it precinct. Okay, so that's 18th. Okay, and uh, so tomorrow evening there's political meeting. Wednesday there's one, and then there's one on Sunday. Actually, two on Sunday and one on Monday, and on Tuesday, yeah, there's this event too. Okay, the last day to vote. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's going to be somewhat busy. That's why I had to take today's day off. Right, campaign fatigue. You know what? If I lose, it kind of would be a relief to me. Okay, why? Because I don't have to campaign anymore. It'd be a relief a little bit. So, so I'm okay either way. Okay, so will I win or lose? I don't have a clue. Alright, I just don't know. But the thing is this. Okay, we'll take 5 minutes and then we'll talk some more about local politics. Okay? Alright. Okay. So who gets elected? It's and let's talk about local election. All right, who gets elected in local election? Uh, if somebody has lived in this area for a very long time, then that person probably have a lot of friends, right? So in local election, not many people actually vote for local level election. Not many people, right? So they are called super voters. So who are they? Most likely friends of candidates, all right? Me, well, I'm the newest member of this community, so I do have friends, but not nearly as many as other candidates. Okay, so because other candidates they've been living here for like decades, okay, and many of them are older than me, okay, and some of them younger than me though, but still they probably lived more years than I have. So um, if I lose, that's probably the reason why. Okay, and typically I don't hang out with people. I go to bars and clubs alone and make friends there, right? And yeah, I'm a very sociable person, and so I tend to make friends very quickly. All right, yeah, and mostly people really like me. Okay, why? Because I'm a good listener. Okay, there are some people who don't like me. Okay, why? Uh, some people just don't like politics. Okay, but the thing is this. Okay, if I see them again, I know how to make them like me. Okay, so at first they may give me some hard time. If I see them again, they warm up to me later on. Okay, so they become my friends. Even people who initially did not like me. Okay, so it's just a matter of time. Okay, because I'm a nice guy. Eventually they'll find out that I'm a nice guy. Okay, so yeah, but it does take a while. Yeah, some people just don't like politicians. Yeah. Yeah, but I do have friends here, and also my fellow towners. Although I don't quite know them yet, but many people know me. People who I don't know, some people know me, even if I don't know them. Okay, why? Yeah, I write to newspaper and go to radio talk shows and stuff. Okay, and a lot of people like what I have to say in the radio show, and a lot of people like reading the articles that I write to newspapers. Okay, so that's my and also I go to clubs, bars, introduce myself, hand out my campaign cards, and then when I go to bars and clubs, I perform, I sing and I dance. Okay, so that's how I do my campaign. So I'm being a gambler here. That's the kind of brand new campaign method I'm betting on. I don't do any campaign signs or road signs. I don't do that stuff. I don't do like all this mass mailing or texting or it's too much work. Also, social media. Well, sometimes I write something about politics, but social media I don't quite use. It's not one of my primary campaign method. Right. So we'll see what happens. Okay, I'm kind of experimenting with brand new campaign method. Because I would not do it any other ways. Right. And I don't take any donation from individuals. Because I believe money belongs to the people. I don't want to take their money. Um, I don't even ask people to vote for me. Okay, why? I don't want to give them undue pressure. I respect their freedom, their right to vote for whoever they so fit. They see fit. Okay, so a kind of laid back campaign, but still quite busy, sometimes exhausting. But It's fun. So we'll see what happens. It's a gamble. Non-traditional campaign. One-man campaign. So we'll see what happens. Okay. All right. Let's take 5 minutes, and then maybe we read some Bible or some other books. Yeah. 'Cause I kind of ran out of topics to talk about. So yeah. No. Yeah. Sorry, I'm kind of noisy today because it's kind of my day off, you know. So yeah, kind of inert, inactive. But I did go to hiking to pick berries, and it was raining, just a little bit. So I had my umbrella on, and I still picked these crowberries. And the thing about this crowberry, it's so small, so it's very labor intensive to pick this, and they they are like very small plants on the ground, like they look like carpet, right? And they tend to live in quite high altitude, so I had to drive all the way up there. Okay, so I paid my parking, it's like, just like $5. Okay, and then uh, and it was quite chilly because it's high up in the mountain, and it's nice hiking trail. Yeah, and then so when it comes to competition, when I was in Seoul, South Korea as a high schooler, in South Korea, middle school is 3 years, high school 3 years. Okay, in America, middle school is 2 years, high school 4 years, right? But not, Korea is 3 and 3. Okay, so the main competition in Korea middle school, high school is exam. Who scored top? Who made the top score? Number one, number two, or number three, right? And they give them awards for that, right? When I was in Korean high school, in Pampo, Gangnam, south of the river, okay, in Seoul, uh, I won a lot of third and second in entire year, which is like 600 people, right? Uh, yeah. Well, actually, 600 people, students per school year, and they have like 12 classes. They divide by like over 50 students per class. So it's quite jam packed. Okay, 50 students per class, and so 12 classrooms. So over 600 of us. Roughly about half of them, 300 of them, they are in like science track, which I was in. Okay, the other 300 like letters and arts. Okay, so science track about 300, and the letters like everything other than science. Okay, yeah, like there's the separation. Okay, so and science track, yeah, they're all three people, like top 1% out of 300. Okay, and the letters people, non-science people, yeah, they also over three people. Okay, so top 1%, three students out of 300, they give them award for exams. How many exams per semester? Two big exams, I think, like midterm and final exam, right? Something like that. So yeah, I got a lot of, when I was like 11th grade, I studied hard, so I got a lot of third place, second place, but fourth place, I got only one once, right? So those are the main competition. And also when they apply to colleges, yeah, there's fierce competition to get into the university admission, right? And so now I'm competing with other candidates. There's six of us, and yeah, we talked enough about politics, right? So campaign fatigue, yeah. I'm not quite in the mood of reading Bible. I'm sorry. I love Bible, but I'm not quite in the mood of reading Bible now. I'm not in the mood of doing anything, to be honest. All right, so uh, not so young. Not sure what else to do. Sorry. Huh. Oh. Maybe I can tell you about what I have read in that history book about Alaska history. Uh, yeah, sure. It's real history of Alaska, real people, right? It's kind of compilation of other Alaskan history books, okay, and feels strong. So Aunt Phil's niece, Aunt Phil's niece, I don't remember her name, but she's the author of this book series. Well, like 5 volume series. I only bought fourth volume, and so it's about stories about Alaskan natives and also Russian settlers and American settlers, okay, or pilgrims, right? Yeah, there's Catholic priests and all different characters like miners, gold miners who came to Alaska and sure. Let's take 5 minutes, okay, and then I'll tell you what I learned so far. Okay, that sounds like a good idea. Okay. Yeah, I'm still kind of out of it. Sorry. Yeah. Whew. Comfortably low energy. So, uh, Russians came to Alaska, right? After long after Asians came to Alaska and became Alaska natives. Okay, that's like there was like 20,000, multiple thousands and thousands of years ago. Asians came to Alaska and became Alaska natives. That's why they kind of look like me. Okay. Then later on, Russians came. Uh, what year? Probably in 1700s, something like that. Okay, so Russians came to Alaska. Okay, and most of times, Alaska natives and Russians they were peaceful traders. They traded peacefully. Okay, after Russians settled in Alaska, most of the time it was peaceful. But yeah, there were some wars. Okay, but it went both sides. Okay, back and forth. Okay, sometimes from what I heard, yeah, Russians, uh, sometimes natives invaded Russians in Alaska, and the other way, back and forth. So it's like half and half, really. Okay. Back in the days, different tribes, even between Alaska natives, there are different tribes. Okay, and they engage in war as well. Right? Just like any other places in the world back in the days, like hundreds, thousands of years ago. Yeah, it was common anywhere in the world, like in China, Japan, kind of civil war inside, the Chinese fighting Chinese, different tribes, Japanese fighting Japanese, and in Korea too. Koreans, different tribes in Korea. Now is you have North Korea and South Korea, right? But back in the days, there used to be three countries, warring countries in Korea. 백제, 신라, 고구려, right? 고구려 is like North Korea, okay. 백제 is a southwest, 신라 is a southeast, and they used to fight each other. Okay, they're all Koreans, speaking the same language. And Americans, they used to fight each other too. Right? Yeah, civil war. Wars were very common back in the days in the Middle East and Asia, Africa, Europe, you name it, right? And they used to have a lot of wars back in the days, right? It was very common. And then there's this character, I think he's from England, okay? Some Catholic priest, uh, missionary who came to Alaska, right? Yeah. And gold miners who came to Alaska from Lower 48, right? And they did find a lot of gold. Okay. Yeah. And Alaska natives, believe it or not, they helped those Americans to find gold. Okay, so it's very collaborative effort, and of course they get paid. Okay, yeah, yeah. Mostly, yeah, they live alone with different races. Yeah, Alaska natives and white people, yeah, they got along. Okay, and they still do. Mhm. What else have I learned? Hmm. Oh yeah, the Secretary of State, Mr. Sword, right? Yeah, he's the one who purchased Alaska from Russia for $7 million. Okay, it's like 1 cent per acre. That's what I heard. Okay, something like that. 2 cents per acre. So back in his days, he was ridiculed for the idea because many Americans thought Alaska is not a worthwhile a land to purchase for $7 million. Okay, so he was ridiculed and criticized back in his days. Uh, he used to be governor of New York, so senator of New York State, U.S. senator. Okay, Mr. Sword. So I guess it's the very first president who hired him was Abraham Lincoln. Okay, so it's yeah, it was kind of like during the Civil War. After the Civil War, it was like 1800s. The year Alaska was purchased was like 1867. Okay, yeah. But Russian settlers they remained here mostly. Right. It's just the government that switched the hand. So, but did it really make big difference to everyday people's lives? Somewhat. Why? Because it's the switching hand, right? Who's the former government of Alaska? Is it well back in the day? It's just Alaska natives, right? But later on, Russians came. It wasn't exactly colonization because they got along. Okay, they're just living together, right? Just on paper, it was Russian territory. I guess that's why some Alaskan natives didn't like that. But in everyday's life, it's not that different, really. Okay. When Japan colonized Korea, both North and South, because before Japan's colonization, Korea was just one country, Joseon. Okay? Joseon dynasty for 500 years, which bears my last name. Okay, Lee. Okay, Korean pronunciation E. Okay, so Isi Joseon is like Mr. Lee's Joseon. Joseon is the name of dynasty. Okay, yeah, they are my ancestors. Okay, the kings and princes of Joseon dynasty. Yeah, they are my ancestors. Okay, so and then Japan came and colonized Korea. So some Koreans didn't like that. Okay, but because Japanese they did some bad things to Koreans and some Chinese because Japan also colonized part of China too, and also Philippines. Okay, and they did something very bad, like kidnapping women and let Japanese soldiers sexually assault them. Okay, yeah, it's sex slavery. Okay, they did that. That's just bad, right? Yeah, so they did horrible things like that. But when Russians came to Alaska, I do not think they did anything like that. I don't think so. I doubt it. All right, mostly it's collaborative. It's just inhabitants of because Alaska is a big land. There's a lot of empty land here. Okay, when Europeans came to America after Christopher Columbus, uh, did white people something very bad to Indians, American Indians? Sometimes, but 99% of the time they were peaceful and it was very collaborative, humane, right? How about African Americans? Yeah, yeah, the slavery. But I don't think it was always that bad as some people say. Uh, it was more. I mean, if we look at that Gone with the Wind movie, of course it's a fiction, but I think that's probably 99% of the relationship between African American bonded servants and the plantation landowners. My guess is that it was not that bad. It's just more like employment, kind of. Alright. Yeah, there's some cruel and unusual punishment. Yeah, with this whip and stuff. But I think, yeah, those are bad, but I think it's more an exception than a norm. All right, maybe 1%, 0.01% of the relationship. I do not look. George Washington, President Thomas Jefferson, President James Madison, Mr. Benjamin Franklin, they all owned slaves. Well, because I rather not call it slaves. I call it African American bonded servants. Okay. Do you think they were very cruel and unusual when they dealt with their African American servants? I don't think so. Okay, because 99% of people, they are not bad people in any space and time. 99% of people are very nice people. Okay, that's a fact. Right? Even back in Korea, yeah, they had bonded servants. They're all Koreans, they're all Asians, okay? But they're this class, high class and low class, bonded servants, inherited servitude, that existed anywhere in the world, in Europe, Korea, anywhere. Yeah, Africa, same thing, right? Because back then it was not democracy. There were kings and dynasties and noble classes and right servant classes, class inheritance. Back in the days, it was how it was anywhere in the world. Huh? Even in Alaska Native culture, they call it chief, tribal chief. Is it inherited? Probably. Probably sons of the chief would become next chief. Okay? That's class inheritance. Alright? Yeah. So it was very universal phenomenon, this inheritance. And it still exists today too. Inheritance of wealth. Alright? Let's say you belong to middle income class, no matter what race you may be, okay? When you are about to pass away, you rather bequeath your wealth to your own children or your friends, right? You don't want it to eat shit to the government, right? Yeah, that's why you write a will, right? To designate who gets the money, your money, after you pass away, right? Yeah, this private property concept, okay, in capitalistic countries like America. No? We'll take 5 minutes, okay? Let's stop and restart, okay? So.